Now guys, what's going on? This is Yorkie here, and after the last episode of this Tottenham Hotspur career mode, we were left with just a little bit of an issue, and I am not going to lie to you, I was panicking just a little bit. The issue was right back. I went and sold Emerson, which you guys all requested me to do without any cover and only 2 right backs on the transfer list. So I posed the question, we need a right back, and boy, did you guys answer. I have a ton of right backs now on this list. Now, we're not going to be able to scout all of the 100%, which is a little bit frustrating, but we do have a lot of options now thanks to you guys. Also added some other players to this list that you guys have suggested over time as well, but this is what we've got. We wanted Sergio Roberto. Now, this is one thing that really infuriates me about FIFA, and it is still an issue in FIFA 23. The guy's out of contract, and I can't sign him without just going directly into a contract negotiation. Like, there is no ability for me to sign him for a transfer fee here, which of course would be possible even if his contract was going to be up. We'd get him for even cheaper than the 15 million, but there is no option to do that in FIFA, so that's a little bit frustrating. Hopefully gets fixed over time. The point was made about Aaron Hickey. He hasn't been at the club long, and Brentford most likely wouldn't sell their young 20-year-old unless it was for big money, and I'm not sure we want to spend big money on Aaron Hickey right now. One of the huge favourites was Frimpong and Dumfries. Now, Frimpong we don't know much about, so it would be a little bit of a shot in the dark. I'd have to guess the wage, and I'd have to guess the transfer fee that it would cost. Denzel Dumfries makes the most sense because he's extremely good from Inter, but I'm not Conte, and we're not playing as Conte in this career mode, and I'm not sure that Denzel Dumfries as a starter at Inter Milan right now would make the decision to come to Tottenham. Really like the idea of Max Aarons, but then I also like the idea of just bringing Kieran Trippier back for a couple of seasons. Obviously an ex-Tottenham player, had a good time there, fantastic, worldy free kicks if you've seen what he's been doing at the moment. Maybe we go in for Kieran Trippier and just bring him back for like 2 seasons. He's getting on a little bit, but it would give Spence that development time. And if we are planning on changing formation in the future so that it's just midfielders and not wing backs, Kieran Trippier would suit that perfectly. I also really like the idea of signing Max Aarons. I just think get him out of Norwich. Can't be his fault, all the goals they've conceded every time Norwich have gone up, or it can't solely be his fault. Max Aarons would be a really good signing as well. It keeps the English theme, fills the quota. Obviously, we don't have a quota in the Champions League in the game, but in real life, of course, you have to have so many homegrown talents and so many English players, so on and so forth. I like Tarek Lamptey as well. You guys have actually given me problems. Pedro Porro would be fantastic, but I do believe he's only just signed for Sporting. There we go, from Man City. So he wouldn't really be up for the move at this current moment in time. I feel like everyone always thinks Pedro Porro never played for Man City because he never actually did he? I think he was always out on loan. But that would make that one a difficult deal to do. And of course, we couldn't get that done in this window, and we need one. Livramento was a fantastic suggestion. Again, I think Chelsea have a buyback clause though on Livramento, so maybe wouldn't make sense in this season. You've definitely given me a problem. Before we go and sign that right back though, we've got this huge game here against Leicester. They are currently 4 points above us in the table. We need to start chasing and catching ground. That's why we're playing very aggressive in this game today. Also, what do you think about camera up here? Should I be down there or up here? I want to be in the best position during games where you guys miss the smallest amount of stuff. So maybe I suit being up here. Should I be over there? I don't know. Let me know down below in the comments. This will be the starting 11. Illich is on the bench for this one. I'm going to start with Edwards, and it's going to be Kane and Richarlison for the first time starting up top together. Can they link up well? It'll be interesting to see. Pretty typical Leicester lineup. Now, a lot of people have said Tielemans, but I just feel like he's going to go to Arsenal in real life. And if we're still doing this Spurs series at that point, I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me to go in for Tielemans right now. So I think we're going to leave that deal there. He is still on the shortlist. If they give him a new contract in this game world, we will potentially go in for him in the future. The sliders are still being tweaked. Once I've got a decent set, I will definitely let you guys know. And we're also back to 5 minutes. 5 minutes has been perfect. Luke Shaw is playing for Leicester. Leicester have signed Luke Shaw. I don't know about that one. I actually quite like that deal. If that happened in real life, what do we reckon, lads? Is that a good transfer there for Leicester? They haven't signed a goalkeeper yet in this one, so Iverson's still in net for them. Forgot to say, if you're new around there, smash that subscribe button. I know you guys have been waiting for this one. Couldn't get one up yesterday evening, I think it was. So I'm excited to get this one back up. I'm going to be, obviously, as consistent as possible. We're going back to work soon, but I am excited to see if we can beat Leicester here and climb the table. And then we're going to go and sign a right back. And it might not be the only transfer. I might fancy another. We need a deep squad because we're in the Champions League, don't we? So we do need a pretty deep squad. This is decent build-up already, though. So on this one, Harry Kane is going to play as a false 9. I spotted Edwards. Harry Kane's going to play as a false 9. And then we're also going to be playing Richarlison is like getting behind. But I want Kulusevski trying to get into the box as well. Can I nod that one on to Edwards? I can, but there weren't really much room for me there. They're closing the gaps here perfectly. That's back to Edwards, and I've spotted the run of Richarlison. Can't get in front of Sionchu well enough. It's going to go beyond the post. So as I said, Harry Kane false 9, Richarlison getting behind. Kulusevski is going to get into the box. I want him to play a little bit more aggressively, and then Edwards will cut inside where Perisic will still stay out wide. I do tweak tactics as well during games. I haven't been so great at it on this year's FIFA yet, which I think I need to improve because we've seen a lot of games where we've been up and then we've ended up losing that game. And whereas maybe if I'd have tweaked the tactic, would have been all right. Leicester with a bit of pressure here, though, would have probably been okay. So you're going to see me do that more. You might not actually see me do it, but I will do it more. If you guys need to see it, what a shot from Maddison. A lot of people wanting us to sign Maddison. He had a worldie of a game on Monday night. Great save from Lloris. Calls for him to be replaced. All Black now being thrown into the mix, because I think recently All Black's come out, hasn't he? Harvey Barnes there, Lloris holds it. All Black's come out and said that he wants a new challenge. That is an interesting ball out to Tanganga. He's actually going to get there, but then I've overrun it. I've overrun that. That was horrendous. Needing to get back. I've closed down as much as possible. I thought that was fantastic. No way that was ever going to be a penalty. Both teams having good chances in the early stages of this one. I need to win that header. Edwards has got quite a good leap on him, to be fair. I'm trying to play pressure football again as well. Oh, I don't like that to Jamie Vardy. That is a massive save from Lloris. Perisic, and then Perisic maybe over to Harry Kane over his shoulder. He's done perfectly. Oh, he finishes it. I feel like I should have played that onto Richarlison, but Harry Kane again with a tight angle. He always scores them. He just scores everything in front of goal, and it's perfect. I'm so happy we take the lead here. It's that over the shoulder. He's so good at bringing it down over his shoulder, and I mean, it's Iverson in that, so don't want to get too excited about how good of a goal that was. Learning instantly that in this new patch, that goalkeeper animations haven't been fixed. 11 goals in 12 matches for Sir Harry Kane. Surely he will be at some point, right? Surely. Trying to work an opening. Harry Kane there. He's in behind. Harry Kane. Awkward position again. Oh, he's just beyond the post. I thought that was going to hit the back of the net. We have a free kick here in a very good position. Now, if you don't know, and you don't watch the Ajax one, we've scored a free kick now. I know. Would you believe it? And you're about to see one here in the Spurs series as well, so I won't worry too much. I'm not going to put too much power on this. Is this going to be the first free kick goal for Harry Kane as it goes over the bar? But we're getting better. We're improving. Hey, we've scored one on this year's game. We didn't score one on last year's game. It was a long, long road to finally score a free kick on the channel. 1-0 at the half. Good performance, but we need a second. We're always going to need a cushion. It's how I play the game. I'm trying to calm stuff down. Maybe we'll play possession football in the second half, though. I will take a 1-0 lead at the moment. I'm very, very happy with it. There's just a point behind Leicester, who I think are 5th. And then we will only be 2 points behind the Champions League spots, which is exactly where we need to be. It's been a bit of a 50-50 season, but we already know Champions League football is our goal. Go on then, Basuma. Basuma still across to Harry Kane. He took it across his body. It's going to be an awful one, but Iverson sucks. And then, obviously, player animations have not improved. And, well, when I say player animations, I mean goalkeeper animations. Because Harry Kane just shouldn't be scoring that. Pure and simple. He was off balance as well, but what a goal. Maybe if anyone could score one of them, it's Harry Kane. He did so well to separate himself. What a hit. So much power. They're advertising White Monster as if they know who we are. For a sec, into Richarlison. Has to wait for runners. Richarlison then, in behind to Kulusevski. For free. Oh, what a save. We're also improving at corners. So just remember, lads, it's all about time and effort, and you'll get there in the end. Let's whip this one in. It's not a bad one towards Richarlison, but Timothy Castagna will get there. I actually looked at him as well. Someone asked me to look at Pereira. He's not at Leicester anymore in the save. And for some strange reason, when I search for him, he's not anywhere. Richarlison! Oh, Iverson, you are having a bad day, my friend. He's got to be saving that one. But Richarlison, powerful header. Let's give him that. Let's make some substitutions as we're 3-0 up. Good ball in from Kulusevski, though. Got to be said. Really good ball in. Sionchu maybe should get there as well. He does put it in the far corner. Been a bit mean to Iverson. He puts it very deep into the far corner. Triple sub. Probably should have put Scarlett on the bench. My fault. Harry Kane's going to come off. Son will play in that position. Sessegnon out on the left. And Ivan Illich for his first appearance for the club. Coming on for Oliver Skip. We're going to keep Basuma on. He's just a bit of a workhorse, isn't he, in the centre of the park. I always feel more comfortable if either Højbjerg or Basuma are on the pitch in terms of winning the football back. Because Oliver Skip right now, we're trying to work on his passing so that he can have a little bit more of an impact as a playmaker. Tielemans! Ooh, over the bar. Forward now to Vardy. Romero was on him instantly. Tanganga needs to get in there. I mean, it would probably just be a consolation, but you still want to concede one, you don't. You want a clean sheet. And Maddison, who you guys want us to sign, is going to make it 3-1. Good goal. Reece needs to do better not to push it into the danger. But I can't be mad at him. He still saved it. We just needed to get there quicker. Son now picks that one up. Richarlison. Kulishevsky. Oh, that would have really finished the game off. Iverson finally making a big save. Good footwork from him. Edwards into Kulishevsky. Kulishevsky back across to Sessegnon. Nice off the post. What a big moment that would have been for the young man. Kulishevsky finds Son. Son should have the pace to go beyond everyone. Son will finish off the game. It will be 4-1 Tottenham. I feel like Leicester have been pretty slack in patches in this match, but there we go. I mean, that's a new celebration for Son as well. He is very acrobatic, let's be honest. I mean, he's a specimen of a human being and of a man. What a goal, though. He just had the pace to beat everyone. Evans was never going to be able to deal with him, and I mean, Iverson didn't even dive. Maybe 4 minutes is still the route, but we've had a few games that have been a lot duller, like the Arsenal match needed to be a longer game. I don't know. It's finding the balance, because now they've patched the game. I don't know what impact the sliders are going to have. We're probably going to have to keep looking at them. It's one of those things every year. Jamie Vardy, oh my God, he only just saved that. It's one of those things every year that every time there's a patch, there is always the prospect that the sliders then might need tweaking again. And I'm not saying that the ones were kind of tweaked already might need tweaking again, but maybe they will, because this has been a high-scoring one, but it doesn't mean all the games will be. You will still have some high-scoring goals. Kulishevsky couldn't get the ball around to Lucas Moura. Solid victory. There were some dangerous moments in there for Brendan Rodgers' side, but very solid victory. We will take that one. 4-1 will push us up the table, which is huge. So we don't actually climb the table doing that, but we are in a stronger position. Look, we're ahead of Arsenal, so that's the biggest thing. That's the biggest positive. Just need to go on a run of good results now, and we'll be fine. We're playing some of the easier teams coming up. I still can't believe how well Leeds United and Aston Villa are doing. They're insane this year. At the moment, we can't leapfrog Leicester, but a couple more wins, we need to get ourselves there, because we're 7 points off fourth. Surely Aston Villa are going to drop off. It's time now to make a signing. And guess what, lads? During that game, I didn't decide who we're going to go in for. I still have no idea who I want. I'm going to go for Frimpong to start with. I'm going to approach to buy, and we'll see if we can figure out how much he's going to cost. We've only got 45 million, so we need to remember that. That makes the Denzel Dumfries deal not far off impossible. We need the deal to be like 25 million. I might be overshooting here, or I might be pissing them off. 43 million. I can't really pay that right now. There is potential that I wouldn't mind signing one more player as well on top of that. What would Kieran Trippier cost? About the 20 million mark. And he would fill the gap for a couple of seasons. He's 84 rated. As long as he was playing football, he would fill that gap for a couple of seasons. We've got the young guy coming through. Maybe that's what makes sense. I added both Sitalos because I'm guessing the brothers, and I don't know which one is the good one. You just said Sitalo, so both went on there. The next move then be going for Lamperty. Lamperty or Max Aarons, I think, are the next best shout. So let's try Lamperty. Surely we've got to find a deal with one of these lads. Again, I want to be playing around the 20 million. We'll have Trippier as a last resort. Let's try 21 here with Lamperty, because I don't know what he's rated. Oh, I may have just paid way too much for Tariq Lamperty. I'm a fan, though. Like, his attributes are pretty decent. We can't see them fully here, but luckily I've used him in Ultimate Team. So we know his attributes are decent. Let's negotiate this contract. See if we can sign Tariq Lamperty. I'm happy with this deal. I think this is a good one. Brighton might be looking to move on for him. He is injury prone, but he probably won't be injury prone on FIFA. He's going to take rotation as well, which is huge. We can rotate between him and Spence a lot. No release clause. This is where I would have really preferred Tariq if you'd have just told me how much you want. Let's go like 40k. I mean, I don't know what he's on at Brighton. Let's go 40k and 500,000. This really could offend him, or I might be overpaying. Reasonable. I'm happy with 40k. Let's be honest on the wages there. Tariq Lamperty is in the team. I don't know what rating he's going to be. This is the shock value of trying to sign someone so close to deadline day. We don't always have a good chance to scat. God, he is short though, isn't he? He is a short lad. 6'4", 5'4", I think he is. There he is on the bike, obviously, working hard. Don't get too tired though, Tariq. We're going to need you in the next game. It's Brighton. next as well. Do I play him against Brighton? Is that a little bit harsh if I play Tariq Lamptey against his old team? Would that be the wrong move? Maybe, but who cares? Let's see what rating they're going to give us. I don't really care about these ratings, but it's interesting to see what we get given. Get given an F. Oh my God, he's 76 rated, 13.7 million. This is the joy of it though, because we went in blind, and I said that. We might have to go in blind for a player. We've gone in blind on Tariq Lamptey. So hopefully we've paid way over the odds there. Though I do feel like Brighton would have wanted more money for him, if I'm being 100% honest. Tariq Lamptey is in. Does cover the position, so that's kind of all that matters. Spence is already 78 rated. Lamptey is 22, so we will get him improved. He's not that different, is he, to Spence? If we're being honest with you. Spence is a bit more physical, and Lamptey not that dissimilar of player, which is fine. That's exactly what we were looking for. It will be very interesting to see how you guys feel about that transfer in the comment section. I'm not gonna lie, because I know a lot of people want it done for but it's January. I don't want to make crazy signings in January. Next season we'll probably see a lot more changes to the squad, but I wanted to keep this Spurs team very much familiar this season. Now this is good to see. It says sign 2 young players. I don't know what 2 players completed this, but Lamptey was the final one, so it looks like 23 and under now is potentially where it is, because Lamptey's 22 and I didn't have to sign them as crucial anymore. There's still a few issues with objectives. I'm going to make a video on it, but that is a huge boost that signing 2 young players has been completed without them being crucial and important contracts, and without them being under 21. And Badiashile wouldn't be a bad transfer signing for us when we look at the latest deals there. Mikel Moreno has gone to West Ham. That's a big one. Giovanni Reyna has gone to Lyon. We're going to advance an hour. Again, I'm not sure how much business I want to do here. Kramaric has left there to go to Atalanta. Iheanacho leaving Leicester. We've got an offer here for Ben Davies, who you want me to let go. I'm going to negotiate this one. This is what I was expecting as well, that we might have to make a signing here late on. That's why we've kept some money left. Can I get like 17 million here? Just squeeze out a couple more million. 15.1 and 3%. Let's see if they'll give me 16. No, they're really holding firm there. We're going to accept it. I think Ben Davies' time at the club is kind of done. It's done and dusted. And we'll try and get this deal done. Hopefully he can negotiate a contract there with Ajax. He hasn't actually played that much towards the back end of the season. We've been playing Lenley there instead. And it does make way for what I feel like will be the big signing in the next transfer window, and that could be Bastoni. Depends where we finish in the league. I do like Vardiol as well. Very good option of his left-footed centre-back. We've got both of them. If Ben Davies goes, I want to go in for Mark. Hopefully we'll have enough money for him. I think it's Guaihi? I don't know. I'm going to need help with how we pronounce his name for sure. Might be Gayhi. I don't know. If I was right with any of them, let me know. Aston Villa sign Ilkay Gundogan, which is absolutely nuts to see that, if I'm being 100% honest with you. Absolutely nuts that he's going to play for Aston Villa. That is going to help them because they're 4th in the league at the minute. I mentioned this on the Ajax video as well. I'll mention it here on the Spurs video. I don't know if you guys have noticed this as well. You can't see it here, but there seems to be a lot more loans on this year's game. We're seeing a lot more players go out on loan, and I think that's a huge advancement for just the transfers in career mode. Is Ben Davies leaving or what? We're down to 5 hours. We need to know if he's going so I can go in and make a transfer. He's still here. He is still here. No sign of Ben Davies leaving. Obviously, I accepted it, but we never got an email about this. He's rejected the move to Ajax. They couldn't agree a deal, which, I mean, makes sense. Ajax aren't going to pay anywhere near the weekly wages he's on right now at Tottenham. So that means Ben Davies will be staying at the club, and we will not go in for a centre-back as long as he's here. I will admit, the only thing that is missing as well from this deadline day screen is the fact that we can't just swipe now and look at all the players in our league. Tanganga transfer offer here from Villarreal. Absolutely not. He did used to be able to just go through and see your league's transfers. That's a shame. Ousmane Dembele makes the move to Arsenal. That's got to be one of the bigger moves in the window. It's not saying it is. Oh, that's just rumours. Oh, okay, so these deals haven't been done. I did not realise. That is cool now that there is the rumour mill. Tielemans potentially to Man City. Dembele to Arsenal. That would be huge if any of those happen. Tielemans does make the move to Manchester City for nearly £80 million. Arsenal will not get Ousmane Dembele. Let's go to transfer history and see some of the biggest deals. Diaby, of course, was done, but we want to just look at the ones that were in January. That was in January as well. So Diaby there for 94 million to RB Leipzig, which is just absolutely ridiculous. I don't think they'd ever spend that. Victor Osimhen has gone to Real Madrid. Pellegrini we already knew about to Liverpool. Gnabry to Roma. Toni Kroos has gone to Man United. Fekir to Dortmund. Declan Rice left West Ham. Went to Inter Milan. Yeremy Pino, great player, going to Leverkusen. There's been some interesting deals here. Pau Torres was a player you guys suggested. Unfortunately, he's gone to Atletico Madrid, so much more difficult deal for us to get done now. Pulisic to Juve. I mean, we were potentially going to go in for Pulisic at some stage. Of course, the Kulusevski deal there for us. Dani Olmo to Real Madrid now. It's just interesting to see the way that transfers are going to be done. Dominic Calvert-Lewin makes the move to Bayern Munich. West Ham have massively invested the money they made, but that will be deadline date. No big deal for us. We are very happy that we've got our right back in now in Tarek Lamptey. This is a team we are building for the future. This isn't a one-season save, so I don't want to stress out about that. And I always said in season number 1, I wanted to keep it as realistic as possible. Well, as the window slammed shut, we did get a agreement here for Hugo Lloris, but I mean, why would I ever let him go, especially for that money? I see him retiring here, to be honest. We have the monthly scout report, and we're going to start signing players up to fulfill that. Again, I want the best players we can get, but we're most likely not going to get unreal players. Not the only team who want Madueke, who is the potential signing for next season. Apparently, Arsenal are going in for the PSV player, 33.5 million. Imagine that, because he played in Tottenham's academy. Hopefully, he doesn't choose Arsenal. Surely not. So Brighton up next. We are going to use this one as a quick sim. This should be a winnable game. They've got Ben Brereton Diaz up top, though, and En-Nesyri starting for the first time. Do you know what? I'm not actually going to quick sim this one. I think we'll play the attacking highlights. I'm very intrigued to see how their new team does. Now, Basuma does start against his old club. Tarek Lamptey does not. Trying to get him a little bit of match sharpness, and I want to use him in the next game. I think we'll play the Bournemouth match, and then we will finish this month in the next episode, because there's been a lot going on in this episode, if I'm being honest. See what Brighton and their new boys have to offer. They've made quite a few transfers here, and we're going to have a penalty straight off the bat, and it's Son ahead of Harry Kane, is it? I mean, that doesn't seem right. I started Harry Kane, right? Yeah, we're going to use Harry Kane. I feel like this might be a good penalty. Sanchez might save it. No, he doesn't. Harry Kane is in a rich vein of scoring form, and we'll make it 1-0 Tottenham. This is a game we definitely should be winning, though. Free kick now for Tottenham. Is this a dangerous position for me? Nobody knows when it comes to a free kick, but I'm going to give it my best. I'm going to try and curl this in. Give it a fair amount of power, because I'm aiming for that centre part. I mean, he's never going to win that, is he? Will we win the second header? We won't. We will recoup the ball in the end, though. Lenley. The ball forward. Harry Kane's been found. Should have played it into Son. Never mind. Harry Kane outside the foot. Son will score, but will be offside. Should have linked up the play there way better with Harry Kane and Son. Are they going to give me the ball back again? They're not, because I don't win that header. We're just going to do similar, but a bit more power on it this time, because I was aiming more for the back post. So, yeah, more in that area there as Basuma goes up for it. Well held. Well, 2-1. Brighton are posing a great threat, and this has been our issue all season. We've conceded far too many. See what I can do now with Heung-min Son. I'm going to try and whip that one in towards Harry Kane. Oh, I thought he'd got there ahead of Sanchez. 2-1 and a Spurs counter-attack. Højbjerg is going to collect the football and play that one into Son. Son is going to try and play that one inside, then to Harry Kane. Back to Son. Back to Harry Kane. Kulusevski. Kulusevski still got it across to Son. Oh, he does score it. I couldn't say Kulusevski for a second. It's 2-2. Hopefully we get given another highlight opportunity in order to make this 3-2. We do. It's a solo run, surely, for Harry Kane. Oh, this is an opportunity. He's been put clean through. You would imagine, with Harry Kane's goal-scoring record, that he scores it. Oh, my God. We're going to have a corner kick. 87th minute. Harry Kane should have just won this game for us. Can't even explain how good this corner kick's going to have to be. But it's going to have to be very good. Heung-min Son with the corner kick in towards Harry Kane. It's horrendous from Son. And we draw this one 2-2. And we have to put that down to the missed opportunity from Harry Kane. And our poor defending. Been a similar tale all season in the Premiership. We have conceded too many from positions where we've been in front. Point, we'll take it, but you'll see we're still 7th and we are still 4 points off just 5th. It needs to be an improvement. Next up is Bournemouth. This is a must win. So we are going to play it, and we're going to play aggressively. We have rotated just a touch, but we are going to play, obviously, the 2 up top because we really need to go and make the goals count in this episode. But we do have Leipzig 2 days after this, which is how we will kick off the next episode. They've made a transfer signing. It's a young Frenchman up top for them, for Bournemouth. They will want to cause the upset in this one. Edwards on the right, Perisic on the left. Illich is going to get his first start for the club. We do have Lamptey on the bench as well, so hopefully there's an opportunity for him to come on here and maybe have an impact. But if I'm being honest, I'd like to be 2 or 3 goals up before we need to bring on Tariq Lamptey. We're going to try 4 minutes in this one as well, because then I feel like the Leicester game maybe was a bit too long, potentially. Could have got away with less. Well, what is this for the moment from the team? And that's a great save. Rutter there, nearly getting a debut goal. Maybe there finds Edwards. Edwards there wants Son going through. He's found Son. His position, Son, recently has been on fire, and he stays on fire. There'll be 1-0 Tottenham. Clinical breakaway goal. We're so good at them. We need to be using that a lot more, though, don't we? Great ball in from Edwards. Good assist for him. Son again. I think he's got 3 goals in 3 games. Hopefully he can keep the form up. Perisic wins it back. Charleston's going to get onto this, I think. Kulusevski's going to be played in behind. Kulusevski will make it 2-0 Tottenham. I'm pretty sure he's onside. And it will be 2-0 Tottenham. And we could breathe a little bit easier. I'd love to be able to bring off some of the big dogs at half-time so that they are prepared for the first leg against RB Leipzig, because that is going to be a massive game. Good play from us there. Good finish. This is a team we should be dominating, though. This is a team we should be beating with our main starting 11 fairly comfortably. So I'm going to actually make a couple here. Edwards is going to play Cam. Tariq Lamptey will be right midfield. We know he can play there. I'm retraining him to actually officially be able to play it there. Then Kulusevski, I was thinking maybe for Lucas Moura, and then we will swap those 2 roles around, and it just gets us the opportunity to rest Son and Kulusevski, who is really important to the way we attack, and I'm definitely going to need them for the Leipzig game. Edwards wins that back. Again, his footwork is just unbelievable. Perisic there. Charleston. Oh, he found the ball through to Edwards. Is this his first goal? Oh, what a save from Neto. He does have a little bit of a finesse shot on him, Edwards, but I couldn't really get it off there. And give that to Tariq Lamptey, who's going to play in Edwards, who will take everyone out of the equation to Richarlison for 3-0. I believe the flag stayed down. R9 making it 3-0 Tottenham. And that was just a clinical counter-attack from start to finish. Great to see both new boys as well linking up. Lamptey and Edwards both having a big involvement in that goal. Good ball out to Brooks, though. And like didn't do well. I'm trying to change, and wow, just like that, it's 3-1. I was trying to change again. It's where it died to either bring him over or cut off the passing lane. Wouldn't let me change to him. I clicked and flicked the stick. It's a bit clunky at times, but we'll take it. I mean, that's a great goal from Brooks. Lenley was beaten. He needs to be doing better there, but I'm not going to complain too much. He's been very good for me this season. Late but short corner. Brooks. That's good. Oh, well blocked by Lucas Moura. I don't think I expected him to be blocking the football. Richarlison can't hold it up. That's frustrating. Højbjerg is going to get away with this. Højbjerg is going to get away with this. Now, I'm not sure it makes sense for him to shoot it, but why not at this scoreline? Højbjerg makes it 4-1. They pushed and pushed at Bournemouth, to be fair, to try and get back into the game. It's left us way too much room. And we will now make it 4-1. I've got to put my glasses back on after going to the bathroom. Silly me. Comfortable as you like against Bournemouth here, and it should be. This is the kind of game where it should be. Really impressed with the interlink of play between the front 3 and the wingers. Like, unreal performance there. See where it puts us in the table, though. Hoping we've climbed a little bit. Arsenal just lost 2-0 to West Ham. They're not having a good season, are they? Leicester won again, though, and so did Liverpool, which is causing me a lot of issues. Still 8th. We just continuously keep sitting in 8th because everyone above us just keeps winning games of football. We are gaining pace, I guess. We're above Leicester now. But everybody else just keeps winning. It feels like we're going to have to win every single game now. We just need to keep winning these games of football. We are 3 points behind Chelsea in 5th. We have closed the gap on 4th. That's the most important thing there. We have closed the gap on 4th. At the start of the next episode, we'll play against RB Leipzig. We will probably play both legs. We will... Oh, Man City and Chelsea as well coming up. We've got the cup game against Sheffield United, which is important because we want to go as far as we can in the FA Cup. It's a chance at silverware this season. That is going to be it for this episode. I appreciate each and every one of you. Let me know down below what you think about the transfers. Again, we do try and keep it realistic. We're not trying to be optimal in this series. I'm not trying to get the best money I can from each player and then spend the littlest amount on each player. That's not how we play FIFA here on this channel. It's just not the way we go about it. I have some level of realism, and again, that realism is loose because the game world changes. Teams that go down will be an easier target. Other teams might be more successful and players move, so on and so forth. But I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you very much for supporting the series and the channel so far. If you're new around here, smash the subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one.